Alright, in this video, we are out in Gypsum, Colorado. Now right down in that valley, that's Gypsum. And we're heading up into the hills to the rock crawling trails. Now there's a few rock crawling trails here, but we're going to start off with the one that people know the best. That's called 10 Falls. 10 Falls is, like, in my opinion, the longest, hardest trail in Colorado. Where most other rock crawling trails are a mile long or less, this one's like 3 miles long. And it doesn't let up the entire time, just obstacle after obstacle. So it should be an awesome day.
This is the first obstacle along the way on 10 Falls. Now this is a big undercut ledge. We were able to get our rear steer rock crawler up through there, even though our camera ended up freezing up. You'll just have to take our word for it.
Get the back to follow, but lately, especially with the drag axle, it's surprising. You can go passenger and it'll climb that massive undercut. Doesn't look like it should, but it does. It's crazy. Yeah.
The real challenge was going to be getting this non-rear steer car up there. I was trying to get the driver's side super high up on this rock. However, you can see it flexed me out so much it started to tip me over. I thought at this point I was tipping over and gonna be stuck in this hole. Luckily, I just play around with the steering and get it to settle back down. This is the line that I made this obstacle last time with this car. It doesn't look like that passenger rear tire will make it under that big undercut, however it does climb. The challenge here is now my driver's side is stuck in a hole. I tried this line from multiple different angles. However, all the people we're with were wondering what the heck we were doing because it didn't seem like the line. I was explaining to them this is how this car made it last time, but I just couldn't get it this day. And we have a long day in front of us. We got to be smart about this and can't brake right off the bat. There's also like 10 other cars behind me, so I can't hold them up all day as well. So we decide just to winch through this one to keep things moving. Winching from this angle wasn't working as well because it kept pulling me into that undercut.
Oh, it's pulling me over.
Rob, you don't think you can dig the rear over that?
No.
Even straight on?
It's just going to pull me sideways.
Should we have her move over here and winch from this side? Should we winch her on this side then?
I don't know.
And
I'm a horrible
pull
spot.
forward and back up to over there. Yeah, let's winch over this way. Pull forward.
Right there.
Go. Ends. Back it up right here. Crab walk it this way. The whole thing.
We decide we need to pull this at a different angle because that way wasn't working.
Back up a foot, Ems. Keep going. Back it up. There. Good.
We hooked the winch rope up down to the axle and we're going to try a different angle to see if this time we can get through that massive undercut.
Okay, keep your foot on the brake. You're pretty undercut in the back.
I can't hear you.
You're pretty under there.
That back off?
Ask him.
As we winch and drive forward, it pulls that tire further under the undercut. So what I do is disengage the front axle, put it into rear only so it can pop out of that hole. We're not going to put that winch cable away just yet.
Ems.
This next waterfall is even worse.
Look
Are you buckled good? Yeah. Okay, see this black mark right here? You want your passenger tire riding this, okay? Do not fall in the hole. Passenger tire here. And here, if you're over there, you're too far. Okay?
Keep going.
We're going to let Emily get a little practice driving and winching at the same time.
No. See what happened there? You went under that rock. Back off.
The undercut on the driver's side is huge. It's tricky just to line up for this one.
Drive it, Ems.
Alright, don't wait for it.
Drive.
Just see if it'll climb.
More gas. Go. Straight. Right there.
Now winch in. Going forward.
The rear looks good.
Now, a little front driver. Hello, right there. No, nothing. Right there. Now winch while going forward.
What makes this spot so bad is that giant undercut rock on the rear driver's side. One thing we could do right here is put it into rear only to help that rear pop up and over. However, we didn't have to. It was able to pull through it.
You can drive it from there. Just drive it. All right, we are on the second obstacle of 10 falls. Just got through the first. We had to winch the non-rear steer through there. I got it a couple years ago. We made it,
Yep.
but we just couldn't
Almost had it.
almost had it. We couldn't make the same line today. So what we're gonna do, we just winched the non-rear steer one that, and then we're gonna have to winch waterfall 2 and 3. So lining up now for 2.
How was that?
It was fun.
It was fun. Do you like winching?
Makes it easier.
Yeah, sure does. Is it embarrassing?
No, not when everyone else is doing it.
When everyone does it, it's fine?
It's hard just to winch, isn't it?
Yeah, that one's hard. After. Wait, Rob, do you think we should wait here in case he needs a winch?
Maybe. Should I go winch her over the second one? Or third one?
Is there a winch point?
Yes.
Because he might need a winch, and then if we moved our car, then we're,
Okay.
I don't know.
Park it here.
Maddie, does this even look possible?
I can barely walk up it. Look at the size of this.
I don't know.
Look at this.
Look at how tall this is, and it's all undercut.
It wasn't that long ago I drove this with a non-rear steer car. I actually drove it without a winch, but now
Look
all
at
this
it.
changed. And I haven't been able to drive it in years.
Look at this undercut that Ems is gonna cruise off from.
Yeah. Ems, you gotta put your tires.
For those
Get the
two
front
knobs,
end out.
right?
Yeah, you kind of have to. You may have to scoot this way a little.
Hey, you want to get your rear tire on this and that. You need to climb up those. Your tire has to hit this or you ain't gonna
So you
make
can
it.
crab walk over.
See the black marks? Even winching, you got to do that. Maddie, I want you to stand way back.
As Emily starts to line up, Lydia throws some big logs in there to help fill in that big undercut ledge.
Yeah. That's good, Em. You just stay drive as it comes up. Stay a little bit front back. Yeah. There it is, just like that. Just look forward. I'm driving.
At this point, we need to throw a few more logs in there to help that rear axle get up on top of this wall.
Oh, it's gonna kick it out.
Yeah, she's on the belly. Winch as you drive and just go forward.
While she's running the winch, she needs to drive at the same time to help take some of the strain off that winch. We're stuck on the belly pretty hard.
A little bit front passenger. Yeah, there you go, like that. Keep winching. You're almost there.
Now I start working my way through the second waterfall with the non-rear steer car.
Hey, can you? You might be able to keep going.
As I line up the non-rear steer car on the third waterfall, you can see how undercut that front passenger tire is. So what I do here is decide to put it in the front only. I disengage the rear axle. And then what that allows me to do is climb up under that big undercut. By not having the rear axle push me further under that ledge, the front axle can climb up and over this nasty undercut.
I can't hear or see you.
Once the tire is high enough up on the ledge, I can re-engage the four-wheel drive and then winch forward as well.
So this spot, it feels so doable. It feels like you get that front up on there. That undercut is so massive. You just end up bellied out.
Brent Jolly lines up in his portal axle buggy to give this one a shot. Brent lines up perfectly for this one. I have not seen or heard anyone else making this one for a long time.
Hell yeah! Nice! We're just gonna work our way up the trail a little bit here. See, even just a random ledge like this is still pretty big. All right, Ems, keep it far passenger. Yeah, I like that. Ems, rear passenger a little. Either passenger. Rear passenger, yeah, like that.
The first three obstacles can take a long time to get through, so when you have a big group, you just got to try to keep things moving because there's still a lot of trail left. However, the trail is still hard, but not quite as difficult as that.
Okay, no. Don't steer that sharp. Back up, yeah, right there. Back up a little.
We weren't having any luck crawling the right side, so we decided to work our way over to the driver's side and give this ledge a shot.
in, launch it. Rear passenger. Yeah, like that. Go forward. Find it. Keep going forward. There it is. Good job. Work it.
Maddie wanted a chance to do a little bit of driving today. Now she can barely see over the dashboard, however, she can still drive the rock crawler just looking out the side.
Just follow that, real slow. Real slow, don't use too much throttle. Yeah, looks good, Maddie. Driver, yeah. Front passenger.
Yeah! Good job, Maddie!
Way to hang in there. Letting the kids do a little bit of driving on these in-between spots. Heck, I've only drove the first obstacle. Other than that, I've been letting the kids drive. Out of breath, but Emily's got her dog, as you can see. Let's see, I don't know if you can zoom in. She's got her dog in the passenger seat while I'm walking. I don't know about that, but I need the exercise, so no big deal.
Even after the first section, this trail still has a bunch of really fun technical obstacles.
Go a little bit, passenger. Okay, keep it straight now. Climb that wall. Straight, more driver. Yep, right there. Yep, you got it. A little more driver. Right there. Yep. Keep on. More driver. Okay, go a little bit more driver. Keep going. Try it again. There you go, sweetie. Okay, stay a little bit more driver. Okay, more passenger.
This trail does not let up. It's just one obstacle after another.
You're there.
Good job, Maddie!
Keep trying that. It's going. Almost there. That's pretty gnarly. You can see it's another wedge. Doesn't look big on video, but it's a lot taller than me. I'm gonna let Ems drive this. We'll see if Maddie wants to try it. I don't know.
This spot can be tricky as well. It's a big V wedge, and you want to keep it up on that passenger side and not fall into the crack.
Right? Yeah. Forward. More rear passenger. Yeah. Stay, but keep the front where it's at. You're almost there. Rear driver a little. Just a little. There. Do you want to put Maddie on this? Just like that. Just follow that.
Grab rear.
Rear driver. Yeah. There you go. Stay a little bit past front passenger.
Maddie didn't want to drive this one, so I decided to drive it. As we fully flexed out the car, one of the springs caught on one of the rear sheet metal panels. When it snapped back, I thought I heard something break from inside the car. It was super loud.
You're good.
What was that?
You're shocked. You're good.
This next spot is an optional line that's one of my favorite spots along the way. The way we approach it completely doesn't look like the right line, but what we do is drive straight at that big passenger side wall, and then you get yourself up to where the belly hits the rock and then fall into the crack.
Okay, and more front driver. A little bit of rear driver. Yeah, like that. Not put so much rear driver. Go rear passenger a little. Let me come around. Right in.
I can tell at this point Emily's thinking, what on earth are we doing? This does not look like a place we're about to drive through.
A little bit rear passenger. Yeah, like that. Alright, just like that. And don't stick your hands out. Okay, you're on the belly too much. Back up a little. Just a little. Down, turn your tires the other way. Like that. Now back up a little. Okay, right there. Now turn driver and go forward. You're going to slide into that hole. It's okay. Just like that. Right there. Rear passenger? Rear, yeah. A little bit more rear passenger? Yeah. Okay. Rear driver. If you can. Yeah, like that. Rear driver as you come forward. Right there, that's it. Keep doing that.
At this point, we're super hard against that driver's side of that cage, and that rear passenger tire is way up on top of this wall. You can see the rear driver tire is about going sideways down through this crack.
Okay, you can't go anywhere. Rear passenger. Other passenger. Yep. More rear passenger. There you go. Just like that.
Our rear storage bag and Leatherman storage bag didn't survive the scrape against the wall.
Oh, in my bag? Oh, come on. You're okay. That's fine.
Good job, Em.
That obstacle was kind of tricky, but it was super fun.
A lot of people look at this spot and assume a drag axle, non-rear steer car isn't going to fit through this spot, but sometimes I think it's easier because it takes out that guesswork and you just allow that axle to stay where it wants to. When I get to this point, I put the car into front only. I disengage the rear axle so that I can help spin it into place. At this point, I re-engage at 4-wheel drive so I can push on through this angled crack. Brent Jolly opts for a different line as he puts the driver's side high up on that rock.
This right here is such a cool fall. It's like, it feels so wrong when you're on the line, like taking Emily through this for the first time and driving the non-rear steer car through it. You just got to get up there on that spot, and it feels like you're gonna fall in there and just crash onto that rock, but it doesn't. Somehow it doesn't. It just hangs in there and drives right through. Super cool.
We had a really good mix of cars with us this day. Now, a bunch of them were red dots. One of these was the first red dot ever made, one of them was the last red dot ever made, and one of them, I believe, is one of the only red dots with the 454 LSX.
Yeah. There it is. Don't bite off too much, just get that tire up on there.
This is an optional line that we wanted to try out.
There you go, you're doing really good. Okay, just keep following that. A little bit rear driver. Yeah, like that, right there. Keep that front up there. Yeah, like that. Keep following that. All right, this obstacle is called the butterfly hole. A little bit more front driver. Front driver, yeah. Like that. Just follow that. A little bit front passenger. Front passenger. Okay, right there. Just when I say that, just go little bits. A little bit front driver. Kind of a little bit rear. You're carrying the rear, it's okay. A little bit rear passenger. A little bit more. Yeah. Okay, keep going. More front passenger. Stay front passenger. Just keep that tire up there. Okay. Okay. Just like that. Just follow that. Now keep straighten it up a little. Now Ims. I'm gonna have to go in front of you. A little bit rear passenger. Passenger. Yeah, there. Like that. It's gonna lean you. Okay, rear driver. Yeah. Back up a little. Just a little. Okay, right there. Now, go front passenger and come forward. Yeah. See if it misses the tube. Front driver.
You can see from this angle just how tight this spot is. We definitely didn't have that passenger side up high enough. Now, we could have tried it a few more times. However, we had like 10 more cars behind us and we needed to keep people moving. The tricky spot to this one seems to be getting your front axle through that narrow wedge. It seems like once you get that front axle through there, then you can just rear steer around that point. Even after getting the front through, you can see the back end can still get really bound up.
Try it up. We couldn't get him through the butterfly hole. No big deal. That's a burly optional line. Front passenger. Rear driver, front passenger. As he come forward. Until it goes. There you go. There you go. Now back rear passenger. Just a little, yeah. You're climbing. Front passenger. Keep going. Front passenger. Yeah, you're dropping down a hill, but you're okay. And it's not a big drop, no.
This next spot is another fun waterfall. Now this spot can even be really tricky when it's muddy out there, and sometimes in the summer you can get a lot of mud with some of these summer rainfalls, so something you have to think about. Luckily this day it was dry and it wasn't too bad. I should have had her over a little bit more driver.
A little bit front passenger, little, right there. A little bit front passenger. Like that, yeah. Just a little. Now a little bit front driver. Yeah, right there. Try that. Yeah, Maddie.
Wow, Maddie. Excellent job.
Powering on it.
Rob, isn't it cool we just have these two little kids over here just cruising?
I never thought I would see the day where we're just like walking back here while the kids are driving an extreme rock crawling trail like tenfold. I mean, they're just driving and we're just walking along. Look at them go. It's amazing. we're coming up on the really cool part of the trail with these big pine trees. And this area is just really neat, really unique. So this is such a cool trail. It's so unique. But I warn people, you know, don't just come in here with expecting that it's like gonna be a cakewalk, because we've run this with a lot of the best buggies in the country and it challenges everybody. It's a tough trail. You can see here we got more V wedges with rubber all over them. So all the way up through these trees, V wedges and ruby.
For the longest time, people have typically bypassed this section of trail, and in the last couple years, people started running it. Now, we ended up getting bound up right here pretty good. We got the rim stuck in the rocks, so Emily couldn't go forward or backwards. That's one thing about these narrower tires, they can get the rims locked in the rocks a little bit more. One more issue we were having is the brakes kept going to the floor, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. We had no leaks with the brakes, and as Emily kept trying to work it, she kept telling me she's having to pump the brakes back up. So I was trying to figure out what was going on. Something had to be loose in the front axle or in the drivetrain somewhere to allow that to happen. I was able to back out of that spot, and I wanted to try and drive it and see what was going on. I was able to work it through the spot, but I see what Emily was talking about. The brakes kept going to the floor, and I didn't want to do the next section without brakes. It was already late in the day. It was already like almost 7 p.m. And if you fall in this next section, it could be a really long night. I ended up turning around and driving back down through it because I didn't want to drive through the next section with bad brakes. It was getting late, we needed to get back, and something wasn't right with the car.
Why? What's the hurry?
Well, because I think there's still like half the trail left.
What do you think we ought to do?
You guys, I don't care either way. I've been here till 10 p.m. Actually, I've never been out of here before 10 p.m.
Think this way, Brent.
Brent Jolly decides to give this spot a shot. This spot, I believe they're calling the spider hole or something along those lines. But it's a really cool spot that doesn't look too bad, but if you fall in on that driver's side, the consequences are high because there's no easy access to like get a winch in there to get you back out. Somebody has to come in from the side of the hill up above and drop a winch cable down to you.
Looking good? Yeah. Rock's looking really good. Can I steer up here? You can go a little bit. A little right, I think.
Yeah.
Hey, green. A little more right. Whoop. A little more right and up. How wide are you? 84?
I wonder if we should go rear passenger a little.
All right, right, work that rear and go right.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you need to go rear passenger a little.
Yep, right there.
Get it climbing. That's good. That's good.
Probably a little front big. Yeah, I'm trying to get the front back in. Okay.
Driver, front.
Dang.
So it's just been one of those days, huh, Ems?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're getting up through 10 Falls, getting late in the day, and I noticed something's not right with my brakes. So I start looking at everything, and I see my rotors all ground up. So I notice that the brakes aren't working good and everything's squeaking in the front. So we start looking at the front, and it looks like we're losing a wheel bearing. So we're still driving, but the tire's a little bit wobbly. Thing is, I have a wheel bearing back in the trailer. So we're gonna see if we can make it all the way back to the trailer. We're almost done with this trail. This is the exit.
I know, but I didn't want to do it.
Okay, I'll do it.
Will you do it? I didn't want to do that.
Lydia gets halfway up the exit and realizes she doesn't want to do the exit, so she asks me to drive it for her.
Way to get over there more.
Should we check on your messed up wheel bearing, Rob?
Yeah. We'll see if she holds together.
Got
One more
rubbing the
water pump.
rotor. It's not touching the rotor where you parked right now.
We got one more waterfall to make it up out of here.
In like 10 miles.
Yeah. Ems, no. You want to get up? You sure?
Keep your hands inside, Em.
Driving up this with bad brakes feels a little sketchy because you're not sure if they're going to stop you if you start rolling backwards. So basically just keeping it forward momentum is the best thing that I can do.
That rotor grind into the caliper. We're just hoping we can make it back down to the camper. I've got a spare wheel bearing. It might be something I can fix, I don't know. But right now we're just trying to make it back. We're almost back to the camper. We've had a super long day just trying to get back to those dogs. So I just hope it can hold out for another, I don't know, half mile. We'll see.
Dad, why is the wheel so crooked?
Why is it smoking or why is it crooked?
Why is it both?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Hey, Em, go get the dog.
There is...
Down.
Should I put the collars on?
Yeah, hurry up. They gotta go pee.
Oh boy.
You barely made it, Rob. The tire was driving sideways.
Was it? Look
Yeah.
at this. Oh man, I'm just happy we made
Yeah,
it back
it's just a little angled and a little smoky.
Just a little.
Look at all that shavings. Whoa. There's like chunks of metal everywhere in
Unfortunately,
there.
got into the U-joints. I smoked a little bit.